Hey, I think we're live. Um, hey, so thanks for joining us today on our live at 5. Today we're talking about really whatever you want to talk about. So if you have some comments, just drop them in the chat box down below, and Sydney will grab those, and we'll talk about what you want to talk about. But until we know what you want to talk about, I am going to we're going to discuss, should you deplete your savings in order to purchase a home? That question has come up a little bit in the last little while. So let's talk about it. So depleting your savings to buy a house seems like maybe it's not a great financial move, but actually it's not. It's really not so bad, because if you have money in a savings account, you're getting like a really small return in today's market. You're probably less than 1% on as a return that you're getting over a year's time. But real estate is accelerating at a pretty rapid pace right now. So if you take money out of savings and put it into real estate, then your return is going to be far greater than leaving your money in a savings account that's really getting not much of return right now. Also, if you continue to try to save money instead of buying a home, it's really hard to save at the same pace that home prices are rising. So if home prices are rising at let's say a 5 or 10% appreciation rate, which they have been doing, easily been doing that, then you have to put in a pretty significant amount of money on a monthly basis just to try to keep up with the inflation factor of the home prices. And so if you're waiting to buy because you want to save more money before you purchase, you're probably going behind. You're probably getting behind, because as home prices go up, your down payment required is going to be more. So it's probably not a good idea to try to outpace the inflation of how prices rising. So I would say go ahead and take the money. You get a down payment, get it why their interest rates are low, because as home prices start to come back, I'm pretty sure you're going to see the interest rates starting to go up. And as interest rates go up, your house prices are going to, or your payment's going to go up. And so even if your house price drops, you haven't gained anything. So I hope that makes sense. So I would say my personal opinion is, I would use your savings to buy a home if you have that savings available. Now, of course, we do have some no money down programs, some little down programs. So I wouldn't wait, because we have programs that can help you right now. So that's the really short answer of what could be a really long question. So I gave you the short answer. So I'm going to invite Sydney, my marketing manager, back here and see. Hey, Sydney.
Hey.
So I'm going to see if we have any questions, and then we'll answer those.
So we've got one question here. Do you see the market shifting anytime soon?
Great question. So the market, I think you're actually starting to see a market shift right now. 6 months ago, when houses were selling, at that time, you would see you'd see multiple offers, 20 to 30 offers with 40, 50, 60, $100,000 over the asking price, and over maybe even the appraised value. So we're still seeing multiple offers, but we're not quite seeing quite so many multiple offers, and we're not quite seeing the crazy the crazy $100,000 over. At least that's what I've seen, and the realtors that I've talked to have also starting to see a little bit of a shift. So I don't think you're going to see a huge shift probably until next year, we got to get through this year, and then we'll probably see a little bit of a shift. Now, that does not mean that I think house prices are going to drop. So I would still get on it if you can, see if you can get into a home, especially while interest rates are low. So to answer that question, yes, I think the market's going to shift. And I think we're starting to see the very beginnings of that right now. So,
all right. So we've got another question here. Are we in a bubble?
I love these questions. So the short answer is no, I don't think we're in a bubble. So when we were in a bubble in 2007, that bubble was caused by really easy money. So if you wanted to get a loan, you literally, if you fogged a mirror, man, you could get a loan. It was just really easy. Your credit requirements, your down payment requirements, even if you didn't have a job, if you didn't have assets, it was still pretty easy to get funding. And we're not in that market today. The market we're in today is a supply and demand. So the simple economic principle of supply and demand is at work right now, and we're seeing that. So we have far more demand than we have supply, which is driving up prices. And yet we're coming out of COVID. People are being paid to stay home with all of the incentives. So I think as those incentives start to dry up, you're going to see people going back to work, which I think is going to increase our supplies. So I think prices will start coming down. Prices of goods will start coming down. But I don't think we're in a bubble. I just think you're going to see the demand and the inventory start to level out a little bit. And so I think you're going to see the prices start to level. But I don't think you're going to see prices drop, especially not like you did in 2007-ish. So that's my opinion. Again, I don't think we're in a bubble. That's my answer. What else you got? Do we have anything else?
Yes. So we've got another one here. How little of a down payment can someone get away with?
Well, there are no down payment programs. So there are grants and first time buyer programs, and there's even no down payment programs, even if you want a first time buyer. So the answer to that is zero. You don't have to have a down payment in order to buy a home. Now, normally you would need a 3.5% for an FHA, 3 to 5% for a conventional. USDA requires no money down. VA requires no money down. First-time buyer programs require no money down. So that's really a longer answer. So depending on the program and depending on if you're first-time buyer or not, or if there's grant money available in certain areas, because grant money is really dependent upon city, state, county. So those programs can vary from county to county and city to city, and especially state to state. So the answer to that question is there's no down payment required to get into a home. But let's look at your situation. Call us and we can help you with that. And by the way, I just noticed our phone number on here. So if you happen to be looking at our phone number, it's not 801-629-7667. I'm going to have Butch change that really quick. It's 628-7667. So you want to call us? He's going to change that for us right now. So don't call 629-7667 because that's not a right phone number. We'll have that right back. Oh, it's scrolling across the bottom, and that's correct too. So anyway, is that it? Do we have anything else, Sydney?
I think that's all the questions we have.
All right.
For today.
All right. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining us today on Live at 5. And we'll be back tomorrow with answering. Oh, no, we'll be back next week on Thursday at 5 o'clock. You can reach me or my team at 801-628-7667. If you have questions that you want answered before next Thursday, feel free to give us a call or text me, and I'll get those questions answered for you. Thanks so much for joining us at Live at 5, and we will see you next week. Talk to you later.